Good evening and welcome to the September 2nd, 2025 meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals. The format for the meeting will be, first I'll ask anyone to turn off any electronic devices, and this meeting is being recorded by Google Meet and also by NCM. We'll first ask the prospective applicant to speak to us regarding their proposal, and the board can ask questions during that presentation, before and after. And after the applicant has made his presentation, we'll open the meeting up to the public for comments, and then we'll give the applicant the final word. We have 4 items this evening. The first one is 1261 Washington Street, case 25-19. I'll read the public record. Notice is hereby given that the Board of Appeals of the Town of Norwood will hold a public hearing on September 2nd, 2025 at 7 p.m. on the request of Construction Dynamics, Inc., case 25-19, with respect to the property located at 1261 Washington Street, Norwood, Mass. 02062, in the general residence and general business zoning districts. The hearing will be held at the Norwood Senior Center, 275 Prospect Street, Norwood, MA 02062. It will also be available for remote participation via Google Meet. This application requests to appeal a determination made by the building inspector regarding section 3.4.1I of the zoning bylaw, requiring that all pools be completely surrounded at all times by a fence or wall not less than 5 feet in height, number 1 enclosure, and number 2 gate, as well as section 10.1.2 conformity. Any zoning relief that may be required in adherence of the Norwood zoning bylaws shall be considered by the board. Interested parties are encouraged to attend the hearing and make their views known to the board. Plans are on file with this application in the office of the Zoning Board of Appeals and may be requested by emailing comdev@norwoodma.gov Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We did receive a request to continue this hearing to 7 p.m. on October 7th, 2025 at the Norwood Senior Center. Is there any comment other than I want to continue, correct? So I'll entertain a motion to continue this hearing, 25-19, to October 7th, 2025 at the Norwood Senior Center, 275 Prospect Street, Norwood, Mass.
So moved.
Moved by Matt. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Al. No discussion. Al on the motion?
Yes.
Joanne on the motion?
Yes.
Rachel on the
Yes.
motion? Matt on the motion?
Yes.
That matter is continued 5-0. Okay, the next one is 76 Access Road, case 25-20. I will find the public record here, public notice, and read it into the record. Bear with me, please. That's Chapel Court. There we go. I've got it. Thank you. Notice is hereby given that the Board of Appeals of the Town of Norwood will hold a public hearing on September 2nd, 2025 at 7 p.m. on the request of Jamie Mazzoli, case 25-20, with respect to the property located at 76 Access Road, Norwood, Mass. 02062, in the single residence S zoning district. The hearing will be held at the Norwood Senior Center, 275 Prospect Street, Norwood, MA 02062, and will also be available for remote participation via Google Meet. This application requests a special permit under zoning bylaw section 5.4.4 to build a proposed 24 feet by 24 feet garage within the side setback, increasing the non-conforming nature of the property. Any zoning relief that may be required in adherence to the Norwood zoning bylaw shall be considered by the board. Interested parties are encouraged to attend the hearing and make their views known to the board. Plans are on file with this application in the office of the Zoning Board of Appeals and may be requested by emailing comdev@norwoodma.gov Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Hello, folks. come on up to the microphone and name and address for the record and tell us what you'd like to do.
Jamie Mazzola, 76 Access Road.
Hi, Jamie, how you doing?
Anne Marie Mazzola, 76
Hey,
Access.
Anne Marie. All right, go ahead, Jamie.
So we proposed a detached garage, 24 by 24, to place within the setbacks in line with the driveway. The build is supposed to be aesthetically pleasing for the neighborhood, within line, and we have a hardship as well as the backyard is ledge. There's a ledge hill that goes to the rear of our property, and if we move it over any further, then we might be faced with that challenge. The other is that it is lined up perfectly with our driveway. We propose a modular prefab that is going to match the house, vinyl siding, 2-car garage, concrete slab, and extended driveway to the ramp of the build.
There's a garage there now, isn't there?
There's a shed there that will be
Shed
taken
they're
down.
gonna take down,
That will be
okay.
taken down.
Yeah, okay. All righty, anything else? Okay, Al, any questions?
Who gets the garage in the winter? Normally it's the spouse.
I get everything.
As it should
That's
be.
the right answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a challenge with the
It's 2 cars.
elevation change in the backyards.
Yes.
And it works out neatly to put it the way you have it laid out plan. And it's not much difference on the, in my opinion, on the variance, on the side yard.
If I may add, to the right of the property where the setback is Boston Providence Highway. There's a 30-foot buffer zone in place by law, but I believe it's a little bit deeper than that by our neighbor. And then to the rear of the property is also wood line, so we're not encroaching on any shadowing or property at all.
Anything else, Al?
Those are nice looking plans.
Yeah, it is. Joanne?
No questions.
No questions? Rachel?
On the existing shed, how old would you say that shed is?
Well, we bought the property in 2017, so this, yeah, I think it was built in 2018, the shed.
Okay, and it appears to be the proposed garage area appears to be about twice the size of the current shed, but farther from the side lot line than the existing shed. So it's bigger, but farther away, less of an encroachment of the shed. Are both of those, am I reading that correctly on the plans?
The shed is about 5 feet from the property line.
That's what we're proposing, to put the garage 5 feet.
The garage, yes.
Oh, okay, so the way I'm looking at the plan, it looks like the shed is like on the property line. Is it gonna be in the same distance?
No, it's going to be approximately 5 to 7 feet from the property line.
Okay, and but the current shed is almost on the property line?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, great. And the plan that we have says that a variance is required to change the setback. Can you just confirm the nature of the legal nonconformity?
We have, we're non-conforming with our frontage. Our
Yeah.
frontage is only at 93 feet. And I think that was a mistake by the surveyor when they put that on there. When they drew this up for us, they wrote variance
Mhm.
rather than special permit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I suspected
Yeah.
was the frontage, but the structure itself is in conformity, and the shed is an existing shed. It's being taken down and replaced with a structure with less nonconformity on the setback.
Yeah.
It's farther away from the sideline. Okay, thank you.
Good.
Yep, thank
Matt?
you.
Any issues with any neighbors, abutters, anything? Anybody? Nothing?
Now, we only have 2 neighbors.
Yeah.
We spoke to our neighbor on the other side, who
Yeah.
had, well, 3 technically, who had no issue. as we mentioned, the neighbor to our rear, they can't access that part of their property because they have a huge ledge increase and it's all wooded property back there. And then to our right is the beginning of the Boston Providence Highway District. And that person does have our phone number and did not reach out with any issues. So, so far, nobody has mentioned anything.
I'm good with it.
Are you gonna add utilities to the structure?
Maybe in the future, but right now we're just looking to
No
park our cars and.
No electricity for the,
Electricity.
electricity only? Yeah.
We
Yeah.
don't have any plans to put any plumbing in
And
there.
no plumbing, okay, just electricity, okay. Okay, I'm fine, thank you. At this time, we'll open up this meeting to anyone in the public that would like to speak. Seeing no one here, is there anyone on GoToMeet? Seeing no one? Okay, if there's no further questions for the applicant, I'll entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Moved by Al to close the
Second.
public hearing, second by Matt. Al, to close the public hearing.
Yes.
Joanne, to close the public hearing.
Yes.
Rachel, to close
Yes.
the public hearing. Matt,
Yes.
public hearing. Yes, the public hearing is closed. What are the wishes of the board?
I say we make a motion to support the plan as provided.
Yep, I think it meets all the requirements necessary for a special permit, and as Rachel pointed out, it's being pushed in a little bit off of the sideline. So there's been a motion made to approve as presented. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Al. Any discussion on the motion? Okay, Al on the motion to approve?
Yes.
Joanne on the motion to approve?
Yes.
Rachel on the motion to approve?
Yes.
Matt on the motion to
Yes.
approve? Good luck.
Thank you so
All the
much.
best, thank you. Yep. Okay, the next case before us is 41 Chapel Court, case 25-21. Notice is hereby given that the Board of Appeals of the Town of Norwood will hold a public hearing on September 2nd, 2025 at 7 p.m. and a request of George McManus, case 25-21, with respect to the property located at 41 Chapel Court, Norwood, MA 02062, in the General Residence G zoning district. The hearing will be held at the Norwood Senior Center, 275 Prospect Street, Norwood, MA 02062, and will also be available for remote participation via Google Meet. This application requests a special permit under zoning bylaw section 5.4.4 to build an addition to the existing home in excess of 25% of the habitable floor area within the rear setback. Any zoning relief that may be required in adherence to the Norwood zoning bylaw shall be considered by the board. Interested persons are encouraged to attend the hearing and make their views known to the board. Plans are on file with this application in the office of the Zoning Board of Appeals and may be requested by emailing comdev@norwoodma.gov, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Mr. Hearn.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman and members of the Zoning Board of Appeals. For the record, my name is David Hearn Jr. I'm an attorney with the firm of Gellerman and Cabral at 30 Walpole Street here in Norwood. I'm appearing before you on behalf of my client George McManus, who's seated in the front row here, with respect to property that Mr. McManus bought in May of this year at 41 Chapel Court. The house at 41 Chapel Court is an older house that was built about 1910, according to the assessor's records. It is 1.5 stories. It has a living area of about 655 square feet as it presently exists, again, according to the assessor's records. Mr. McManus was informed when he bought it that it hadn't been used in a number of years, and it certainly appeared to need a lot of updating and TLC. The yard is very much overgrown. The house had peeling paint, and it's really not at all up to today's standards. The application before you is one for relief under section 5.4.4 to allow, in addition to the house, by the way, is non-conforming in various respects. The lot itself has about 4,836 square feet, 10,000 feet would normally be required, and the rear yard setback is, as it presently exists, is about 22 feet, where 30 feet would normally be required. The addition that is proposed would add an addition of 22 feet across and 16 feet deep coming off the back of the house. And we are here under section 5.4.4 because it's not one of those applications for a building permit that can be approved by the building commissioner to a great extent because of the size of the addition in relation to the existing house. The increase in the habitable area is probably 50% or more of the existing habitable area in the house, so the 25% rule does not give us any relief. The issue that you folks have to deal with, as I'm sure you know, is whether the proposed modification will be substantially more detrimental than the existing non-conforming structure to the neighborhood. Since he bought the property this past spring, Mr. McManus has been working on it and by himself some of the time, doing some of the yard work himself, and has also been working, has a contractor working on replacing the siding and shingles, updating the house. And the proposed addition would add space for a bedroom, a bathroom on the first floor. The second floor is, because of the gable of the house, the angle of the roof only has a very small area and really isn't suitable. And he at some point will get to an age when he might prefer a first floor bedroom. And that's what he's planning for and proposing to build now. He plans to live in this house. What he's been doing already is an improvement. He's had favorable comments from some of the neighbors out walking by when he's been out doing work. I think he told me that somebody said they weren't even sure, they didn't even know a house was there. The trees and bushes had grown up so much in front of the house. We have some photos, and I'm happy to share them with you, of sort of before and after, taken by Mr. McManus. The first shot shows the house itself as it fits in with some of the neighboring houses, and it's a small house compared to the neighboring properties. But there are pictures of what was there, as well as, and I'll start with you, Mr. Chairman. You
can start here. I was up there today.
Okay.
I was up there today, so
And if you go through, you'll see some before and after.
it's looking well. Still a long way to go, though.
We filed some elevation drawings showing the west side of the house and the rear, west side of the proposed addition and the rear of the addition. The other side, we didn't have a drawing of that, but that would be pretty much the same, a wall without a door, but with just window. And we believe that the addition will complement the style of the house. It will be an improvement to the house, to the utility of the house. It will be an improvement to the value of the house. An improvement of this type probably adds value to the neighborhood by taking a house that has looked horrible for a number of years and cleaning it up, bringing it up to date, and making it look as it should. Again, going back to the standard, you can give relief under section 5.4.4 if you determine, quote, that the proposed modification will not be substantially more detrimental than the existing non-conforming structure to the neighborhood. I think that if you consider the improvements that he has made and proposes to make, what you've seen in those before pictures, that really it is, this is a perfect case for demonstrating that a proposed modification will not be substantially more detrimental. In fact, I think we could argue that it is substantially an improvement over the existing conditions, and an improvement that works to his benefit and also to the benefit of the neighborhood. So we're happy to take any questions, and but that really is what this is about. An addition that makes the house more livable and allows him to live there, and also in the course of it, he's making improvements that will benefit the neighborhood. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Matt?
I think what you're proposing makes tremendous sense. It looks fabulous. I'm just curious, when you bought the house, were you planning to live in the house as it existed? Or were you planning at that time when you were proposing to buy it to add to
When I
it?
bought the property, the house wasn't supposed to be there. It was scheduled for demolition. So on a rainy day when I saw it, I've done a couple of,
Sir, if you wouldn't mind,
Yeah, why don't you
just
come up?
name and address for the record, please.
I'm George McManus. I currently live in West Roxbury.
Good evening.
Good evening. When I saw the house, I've done a couple of restorations, and when I saw the age of the house, 1906, I was interested and thought, I knew it was already been approved for a 3-bedroom house that is much more than I would need. So that interested me. The addition of the room, I have a 24-year-old son who suffered a traumatic brain injury. So for him to visit with his mechanics and aid, it needed a little extra room for him to maneuver. So that gave me a little extra space for have a wider bathroom for wheelchair access and so forth.
Thank you. I'm good.
Rich?
The address tripped my memory, and you had mentioned it was scheduled for demolition. Perhaps council can just refresh the board's recollection, because this recently did get some alternative relief that reduced the rear yard encroachment, and this is now increasing the encroachment. Can you just walk us through that, please?
I have some of the papers from the prior case. I wasn't involved in it, but the prior, what was approved was demolition of the existing non-conforming structure and replacement with a house that, 3-bedroom house, and let me see if I have the plan that shows the dimensions. It was, it looks as if it probably would have conformed to the setback, but it still required, because of the nonconformity of the lot, it required the approval under Section 5, as well as the approval for demolition of an existing structure. Before you tear it down, you need the special permit for the demolition. So along the way, Mr. McManus gave some thought to whether he'd proceed under that. In fact, I had a discussion with him after he hired me to come in and help out with, are we adding on to the house? Are we going to operate under a modification? Or what are we doing? And it seemed to me that this doesn't fit in the category of modification of a decision that said you could take down the house and build a 2-story, 2.5-story, 3-bedroom home. And this is a case on its own of taking the house, knocking down a little addition on the back that's really just a bathroom now,
Yeah.
12 by 3 feet roughly, and building on a 1-story addition to the house. Saving the house, saving, for some people, there's value in saving older houses. It depends on how much you can fix them up. So, I mean, I think the other decision goes by the by. Nobody's proposing to operate under it or use the relief that was granted in that decision, because it's so different from what he's looking to do now. But that's what he meant when it was going to be knocked down at the time.
I guess I'm having a hard time because this is substantially increasing the nonconformity on the setback, where usually we have some kind of correlation where it's just extending on the existing setback line. I mean, certainly it looks like from the pictures it's an improvement to the maintenance and upkeep of the structure. That's just what, historically, how I've looked at these. It is substantially increasing from what's currently an 8-foot encroachment to now proposed a 20-foot encroachment about. I think that's my one reservation. I'd be interested if other folks have
Are you talking in the
thoughts.
rear?
In the rear, where the addition goes, because the non-conforming nature is that 30 feet is required and the current structure is 22.35, and the proposed rear is 10.85 setback. So really we're going from an 8-foot encroachment to a 20-foot encroachment. But that's just the one thing I'm struggling with. But I mean, obviously the plans look nice and the work you've done has been meaningful, so I'm interested in the thoughts of the board on that point.
Okay, thank you. Joanne?
Thank you for your introduction. You answered a couple of my questions already. Not having floor plans, could you describe the existing house, the arrangement, maybe how many bedrooms are in it, and then what will be in the addition?
The addition will be mainly bedroom space and bathroom space. I mean, I don't normally file interior floor plans because zoning has no control and no over interior residential structures. So the layout-
I'm just trying to understand the number of bedrooms existing versus when it's proposed.
Well, what is the bedroom on the second floor?
Right now, there's 2 rooms on the first floor, they're about 10 by 12 each. The second floor, about the same space, but the ceilings are, well, I'm a short man, I can stand at the peak of the roof, but that's about it. It would be suitable for children at one point, but not for someone at my age and height. I don't want to.
The depth of the house, the existing house, from front to back is 16.42 feet. If you consider the point at which you're able to put knee walls in other words, straight walls up from the floor before you end up sloping up to the peak, you lose several feet on each side. 3, 4, 5 feet, and we have a house where similar with knee walls, and we lose about 5 feet from the edge of the first floor to where on the second floor you can begin a wall that goes up about 4.5, 5 feet. This is significantly smaller than that, and so the second floor doesn't really lend itself to, as he described, having adults up there. It might be nice for little kids, but they grow up too. So this addition would make the house much more livable, and for him and when his son visits. And that's what he's looking to do. First floor bedroom, full bath, and then the existing rooms would be kitchen, living area, dining area. I mean, you don't have much more room in this house than that. It's only less than 24 and a half feet across on the front. So, and again, the second floor, can't do much up there. It's one of those old houses that everybody must have been shorter than, but the way they lived in these houses. So, that's really what it is. And this becomes, as described, a bedroom that can accommodate a wheelchair, and a bathroom that can accommodate a wheelchair rather, and a bedroom area. And there's a little doorway on the side of it that goes out to the driveway area. That's on the rendering that we gave you, with a little covered, an overhang of the roof, so that you're not, if it's raining, you're not getting drowned while you're trying to find your keys. And that's all, really. It wouldn't hold much more than that, maybe a gas grill or one little chair. And then, and that doesn't change the roof line. That's within the roof line of the proposed addition. So I hope that answers the question. Didn't mean to not give you information, but I intentionally don't file floor plans because those things get changed too in the course of construction. I don't want somebody to say, well, you promised it was going to be exactly as on that plan. In terms of interior, people tinker with those all the time in the course of construction. Where they put this, where they put that. I'm happy to speak to Mr. Churchill's comments, but I'll wait, Mr. Chairman,
Yep.
until you go through the list.
Anything else, Joanne?
Nope, that's all.
Al?
I'd like to see a different set of plans. I don't follow the roof line on this addition, proposed addition. It's the same as the front.
I think it's a gable coming out the other way, 90 degrees. Let me see if I have that. Mr. Chairman, if I may show
Yes.
Mr. Burrow.
Yes.
So the existing house in the front, looking in, is the peak, so the roof going down toward Chapel Court, going down toward the rear of the lot. As you come out, it is, the addition would go 90 degrees to that and go toward the back. So if you look at there should be another sheet there. On the back, okay. So, this is the proposed addition, looking toward the rear line. This is the ridge of the roof on the original house. So one is running east-west, this is running sort of north-south. So 90 degrees.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you.
Anything else, Al? Okay. So before the three-bedroom, there was a petition to do townhouses there. I don't think you represented the gentleman from Brookline, because he also owns that lot behind there. That's who you bought it off of, yeah.
No, I did not.
Yeah, no, I know
never
you
did.
didn't.
I know the fellow, I talked to him, but
Yeah.
I never represented him.
Yeah, and we didn't go along with that, and then he did come back on that three-bedroom with the demo. Couple of questions. And I sympathize with you. I have a son who has a TBI, so, but I don't see a wheelchair ramp here. I see stairs in the front, and I see stairs on the addition.
That's working with the builder. I didn't know if I had to, I'm also working with Spalding to get advice.
Yeah.
It's a lot of research to try to understand. So that small landing area with the overhang is
Yeah.
just to getting a wheelchair out of the van. If it's raining, he's covered.
Right, but what I'm saying is, you're showing,
He's not
you're,
limited to the chair.
okay,
So he can be mobile.
Okay.
To apply the stairs with assistance, but I'd say 80% of the time, he's going to use wheelchair.
okay, a
This is
wheelchair
really
ramp.
visible. Yes, he's not living
Yeah.
there.
No, he won't.
He's not going to be living. He'll be
No,
visiting.
I understand,
Yeah.
I understand, but I want to make sure of that. What is the intention on the gravel driveway? Now, if my memory serves correct, is there an easement on your driveway to the back?
Part of the agreement to purchase the house was that the easement would be removed,
The easement would be removed.
and it was.
So,
Prior to purchase.
so you have no rights to go to I think it's Fairview? In Fairview, rights end,
That's
they
property
they
line.
can, they can no longer cross that property
That's
there.
correct.
Okay. Is it to remain a gravel driveway, or are you going to pave it?
I'm hoping to keep the age of the house, and I kind of like the appeal of the gravel.
Yeah.
I want to blacktop it right to the foundation.
No, that's fine. If you do blacktop it, though, you're gonna have to do something about the water, because if you notice, even with the gravel driveway, it runs right off. At least now with the gravel driveway, some of the water will be absorbed into the non-pures. If you are going to asphalt it, you'd have to put a not a gravel curbing, but a berm there so that it goes into the street and not to the neighbor's thing there. Is there, I see there's a bulkhead, so there's gonna be a full basement in the addition?
That's being discussed too, whether it would just be a crawl space or,
Well, you're showing a bulkhead on the plan, I would think in
well,
the,
Well, for-
there's one now to
Yeah.
the existing basement.
okay,
That would have to be moved.
okay. Is there a full basement there now?
It's a full basement, I can't stand there.
Okay, so it's just basically a crawl space. Okay,
It has a partial
Okay.
dirt floor.
yeah. And just a question for you, Lilac, if we approved it, and you've done a nice job up there, I was up there today, by the way, you're doing a nice job on it. Are you planning on fencing it behind Fairview, fencing the entire property, getting rid of that old, well, the old fence has to come down because your addition's gonna bump into it. Is your intention then to, now that you don't have that easement, to fence the back of that property?
Yeah.
Okay. So we approved that a couple of years ago, then the governor extended permits 2 years. So we probably, if we decide to go forward with this, we probably have to take a vote to rescind any previous decisions, because that decision is still out there, it's still active because of the governor's order saying that all permits are extended and ZBA approvals are extended 2 years. So we might want to just make sure we rescind that one, because it hasn't expired.
It
like the
hasn't
2 year.
expired, it's still active.
Right,
I think that it is allowable for there to be 2 special permits active for the same property.
Well, it doesn't hurt us to rescind it.
But-
It doesn't hurt us to rescind it, so just,
Yeah.
because certainly, and I don't think you're gonna do this, but you certainly could turn around and sell that permit. But, we'll deal with that when it comes before us, but we'll deal with that. Okay, you were gonna,
Yeah.
address, Ms. Churchill's
Ms. Churchill's comment,
questions.
Section 5.4.4 contemplates that some projects will increase nonconformities. And in those cases where there is, and the language is that under 5.4.4, in the event that the inspector of buildings determines that the nonconforming nature of such structure would be increased by the proposed reconstruction, extension, alteration, or change, because the above stated criteria do not apply, the Board of Appeals may, by special permit, allow such reconstruction, extension, alteration, or change where it determines that the proposed modification will not be substantially more detrimental than the existing non-conforming structure to the neighborhood. I had discussed this matter with the building commissioner, and I think I submitted the email exchange also as part of the filing initially on this, and he agreed that 5.4.4 was the way to go about this, and that this fell within that paragraph, at least giving the board the right to grant a special permit if it determines it will not be substantially more detrimental. So I don't disagree that this reduces the clearance or the setback in the backyard, but this is not something that's really going to be overpowering on the lot. It's not going to be really that visible to people on the street, the way it's laid out and proposed to be built. But it's also something that, for a house this size, this age, this type of addition is what makes sense to make it more livable. It has the advantage also not only of increasing the value, but increasing safety, because the addition will have to follow current codes, and it's an opportunity to, as directed by the building commissioner, to update the house as necessary. So we think that this gets a final product that is better for everybody, for the homeowner, for the neighborhood, for the community. So I do think that if looking at, the 5.4.1.2 and 5.3 talk about alterations that comply with current setback requirements and height requirements and building coverage requirements. This does not, and that's what puts us in 5.4.4. That and the fact that it increases the habitable area by more than 25%. So I hope that answers the question, or at least how we got here.
Yeah, I certainly agree. We're not in variance lands. We have the authority
Right.
to exercise the discretion in that way. I'm just trying to see, just for consistency purposes, because I tend to not like to substantially increase existing encroachments. I'm looking at this plan. It looks like there's residential on both sides. The one to the east does seem to be a substantially larger residential structure that is closer to the rear line than the proposed structure here. Are they residential on both
It
sides?
has multifamily,
Yeah.
Those are townhomes.
yeah.
Yeah.
He was before us, it was adamantly against both proposals, the townhouses and the 3-bedroom. To the right and to the left is a single family, and in the rear is the parking lot.
Yeah, I'm just trying to, for the question of the not substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood piece of it, looking in the context of the other structures. The structure is closer on the rear and the side setback than both the existing and the proposed addition to the structure on this lot. So that setback is somewhat in conformity. Yeah, that's
yeah.
what I pulled up on my phone too. Not trying to be rude, I'm just trying to get a closer sense of the, yeah, and obviously that immediate structure to the east is substantially larger than the proposed improved structure. The structure to the left also appears to be substantially larger than the proposed increased size structure, but within the setbacks, you just have the situation of being a postage stamp building on a postage stamp lot. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm working through it, looking with
In
the,
the photo, what appears to be like an outline of the fence, that's not the property line.
Right, property line goes
yeah,
back.
it goes
yeah.
back to,
To the
like,
parking
into the
lot.
dirt
So
parking,
It's
yeah.
a little deceiving when you see the fence.
Yes,
It was
yes.
just enclosed a small yard.
Mhm.
The fence is about where the building will be if approved.
Oh, yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good way
Yeah.
to note it, yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, if I.
Yes.
This is taken from the GIS, and it shows our parcel.
Hmm.
That shows that neighboring, the
Yeah,
townhouses
the
come right
one,
up
yeah.
almost to the line.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is open area,
Right,
and then you have where Fairview dead ends.
right.
So anybody who's driving through here can no longer do that, and nor can he drive out that way.
Right.
But you can see that the large structure dwarfs this one.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what
Even
I'm.
before we build out.
Right. No, that's correct. Thank you. I'll just show that. We'll leave it at that,
No.
David, so we have it. We'll put it in the
I'm
record.
good,
Yeah.
yeah.
You can have it,
Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
we'll put it in the
Al, do you want to see that in relation? Okay.
Al knows that area now. It's his neighborhood. Except you're on the other side, because the Elks own, after the parking lot, the Elks own the other parcel on the other end of that parking lot. Yeah. Okay. Anything else from members of the board before we open it up to the public? Okay, we'll open this up to the public. Anyone on GoToMeeting? Okay. Any further discussion? I'm satisfied. I think the house is functionally obsolete, and no one's gonna buy that, and I'm glad that you did, because there's no room for the size of the house now. It does go out the back, it does abut gravel driveway. The easement will be surrendered. And I think it's the best use of all the proposals over the years, Al, because there's been several when they wanted to build that big townhouse and include that parking lot into it, if you remember. So I think it's a good proposal from what I've seen. But any other comments, and we can close the public hearing?
Motion to close the hearing.
Motion's been made to close the public hearing by Matt. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Rachel. On closing the public hearing, Matt,
Yes.
Rachel,
Yes.
Julian,
Yes?
Al?
Yes.
Public hearing is closed. Like I said, I'm very comfortable. I think it's a good reuse of the property. I never thought anyone would buy it in this condition. I'm glad to see you're leaving it in the condition. I'm surprised Judith Howard isn't here to support this, our chairman of the Historical Commission. And it just goes out the back, and I don't see any harm or foul to anyone here. And the fact that there's no neighbors here to speak against it. So those are my feelings. It does increase, to your point, the setback violation, but we have the authority to do that when it's not more detrimental to the neighborhood, and certainly this isn't. And it has been empty for, I don't know, 5 years at least. I would recommend, if the board goes to approve that we require a fence be placed on the rear lot line so that it ends anyway. Even though the easement's being surrendered, people have been cutting through there for years. And that would be my only recommendation if the board so wishes to approve this. Yes,
One last point, Mr. Chairman.
yes,
There was a van that was parked in that
today, yeah,
gravel with no plates on the back.
yeah.
Is my contractor to keep people from accessing and going through the
Parked
property.
there.
driving. He left the van
There.
there just to
Okay.
stop the traffic. The
Okay.
traffic was getting,
No, I know it's always been a cut-through for the neighbors there, and I'm glad that the easements are surrendered, and that's part of the agreement, and does that answer your question now? Yeah. And I would, that would be my only recommendation if there's a motion to approve this. Matt, any comments?
No, good.
Rachel, any further
Yeah,
comments?
I mean,
on
I
it?
just think dimensionally, it's inconsistent with what I would typically approve, but again, we're looking at a special permit, not a variance. We have the discretion and authority, and I think the key distinction for me is the existing improvements on abutting parcels. This is not substantially detrimental to the neighborhood in comparison to what's in the neighborhood already.
Julian?
Yeah, I had similar hesitations about the dimension of the encroachment, but when you look at it in context, I think that's a great way to put it. Yeah.
Al? Okay, so, so the violations would be an increase in the setback of what is required is 30 feet, so we'd be voting on 10.85 feet. That would be a further violation. And then the increase in floor is 53%. Just as we make that motion, we'll make that part of the motion. If there's a motion to approve, so I will entertain a motion to approve with the condition that I have that a fence, either chain link or stockade, runs along the rear property line without any gates.
So moved.
So, motion's been made and seconded with that condition. Al on the motion with the condition of the fence.
Yes.
Joanne on the motion with the condition of the fence.
Yes.
In the rear lot. Rachel with the condition of the fence in the
Yes.
rear lot. Yes. Matt?
Yes.
Yes. Approved, 5-0. Thank you, sir.
My notes,
Welcome.
who seconded that motion? to
Um,
approve?
Al?
Al? Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, sir.
Good
Keep
luck.
up the good work there. Okay, the next case before us will be 558 Pleasant Street, case 25-18. I will find the public hearing and notice and read it. It's not there, that's there. That's Washington Street. That's Chapel. I have these in order at one point.
I have it if you want to read it off to you.
Yeah, I just have it here. I might have to do that. Let's see. Pool's over. Yeah, let me just see if this is it here. Okay, thank you, Julian. Notice is hereby given that the Board of Appeals of the Town of Norwood will hold a public hearing on September 2nd, 2025 at 7 p.m. on the request of Leo Velasquez. I apologize if I pronounced that incorrectly. Case 25-18 with respect to the property located at 558 Pleasant Street, Norwood, MA 02062, in the General G and Manufacturing M zoning districts. The hearing will be held at the Norwood Senior Center, 275 Prospect Street, Norwood, Mass. 02062, and will also be available for remote participation via Google Meet. This application requests a special permit pursuant to zoning bylaw section 3.1.5 G3 to allow open lot storage of tools and equipment in the M zone portion of the property. Any zoning relief that may be required in adherence to the Norwood zoning bylaw shall be considered by the board. Interested parties are encouraged to attend the hearing and make their views known to the board. Plans are on file with this application in the Office of the Zoning Board of Appeals and may be requested by emailing comdev@norwoodma.gov Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. The applicant could approach the podium and state your name and address for the record, please. Thank you, Joanne.
Good afternoon, gentlemen and ladies. My name is Leo Dan Velasquez, and yes, the reason...
Your address for the record, too?
558 Pleasant Street.
What street?
558 Pleasant Street.
Pleasant Street? Okay,
Yeah.
thank you, sir.
Sorry.
Sorry,
Yeah,
thank
the
you.
reason that I'm here is because so we got the inspectors coming to say because we parking on the trucks and like a garage parking.
Mhm.
The reason that I came over here is because I was 1720 Hyper Ave, got my stuff over there, but the owner said to me a few months ago might gonna sell the property. And then I found this property and this Mr. Josephine, And then, like, he was forcing me to bring all my tools out of there, like ASAP, because he started making the test of the lawn, soils and things like that. So that's when I decided to bring it up. But I wasn't impressed because on the left side, we have a national grid. Behind is a commercial garage. On the right, we got a corn company. And plus, it's in the corner shop over there. That's what, in my opinion, that was like I was thinking, that was the right place to be my stuff. So, but in the meantime, so when the inspectors came, I went to talk to Mr. Gary, to the city of Norwood, and then he pointed to me that it's a possibility that I can come to board and talk about this and see if it is possible that I can keep it like that. My opinion is I would like to, enclose it with fence. This is only for, like, I would say storage, because I live in Hyde Park and I work in Boston. But I would like to work in Norwood too. I would like to open my, get a permit and everything over here to get my, like, an office or something like that. But that now is, I, in the middle of nowhere. So I just, please, if I can, if that is possible for me.
Okay. All right, Al? Thank you.
Yes.
On the map that you provided us, this colored map,
Yes.
the green is the general residence area, I'm checking it correct?
Yes.
And the purple or dark blue or light blue is the manufacturing zone, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I was down there today, it looks like a Sanford and Son junkyard,
Mm. Okay.
and I don't think that's what we're looking for here in Norwood.
Okay.
How many businesses are running out of there?
No, it's only one. It's only one.
There aren't two businesses running out of that garage.
Well, the garage, right, is only for storage, like electrical tools. To keep inside electrical tools like, hammers, air compressors, things like that. But all the stuff that I had over there, I'm not gonna keep it over there. I just put it over there because I'm looking for another place to get my stuff.
Then you don't need this special permit then if you're looking for another place to put it.
Yeah, but in the meantime, if you keep my way to you see, I have like a carport right there before, and now we disassemble. It's right there, disassemble in the trailer. That's why you see all the stuff over there, because I didn't pretend to put that over there, but I keep it over there for now because I'm looking for another place that.
What business is that you're running there? That
Okay.
you're accumulating?
Okay, I do, I start doing like a home improvement, and then I start doing like siding, construction. Construction.
And those big trucks?
The big truck is for the, because I do masonry, sand, gravel.
Refrigerated?
No. Oh, that one is a friend of mine, because he's my boss in downtown. That truck is for sale.
But that vehicle, size of that vehicle is not allowed in that G zone either.
Okay. Okay. I agree.
I just don't like the whole setup, to be honest with you.
Okay.
It's unattractive.
Okay, that truck is not gonna be right there. Honest to you, I think they're gonna take it out next week. He's my boss. I've been working with I don't know if you guys know Post Office Square in downtown. He's manager over there. So it's my fault. It's my fault. But the store, the shed that it is over there, so it's only for, like I said, I'm not even coming every day over here, Norwood. So, but I was pretending to suggest if I can put a fence. Besides moving the refrigerator truck, I'm gonna put a fence over there, so nobody gonna see anything from the street.
That doesn't answer the question though.
Okay.
Cleaning it up.
Yes, I will clean. Yes, definitely. I will clean. Whatever you see in the middle is not gonna be right there. It's right now because I got my, like I said to you, I got like a carport. It's disassembled over there, so, but I'm gonna take it out, the trailer and the truck's in the middle. So I'm gonna take everything out of there.
Now, that carport, is that on a set of wheels?
No, it's big.
Yeah, I noticed that.
It's on the trailer. On the
It's
trailer?
on a trailer,
Yes,
yeah.
on the trailer right now. I can even hook it up, and that's the way how we bring it in.
Just doesn't go in a general zone, in my opinion.
Can I interject?
Yeah, if you'd come up and state your name and address for the record and your relationship to the applicant.
My name is Josephine Baba Kordahi. I grew up in that house.
Your address?
I live at 53 Seekonk Street in Norfolk, Massachusetts.
Okay, thank you.
It's surreal me being here because we lost Dad about a year and a half ago. And now I'm the sole member of the LLC. My mother, I don't know, Mr. Porro, how long you've been in this town, but my mother had a dress business there. My father sold cars from there. We're not even looking for a business there. He's just storing stuff. But that is a very long history of being in business. And not only that, we get charged a commercial rate. We've had a masonry, Moran Masonry that was there for a few years. I have a whole list of emails I didn't think I was going to need to print out because know it people know it. It was never an apartment. There's no bathroom there. There's no business really doing there. I encouraged Leo to go to Gary to seek further guidance of what to do over there, rather than me repeat the same thing or tell him, and that way he can get the specifics. And that's what he's here for. He's here for transparency and guidance. As you can tell, his English isn't his first language. I commend him for coming here, and he is going to clean up the place. I wanted him to put a fence ahead of time and all these other things, but he actually wanted to come here and speak with everyone here to see exactly which would be, acceptable there, and that he would go forth and do it, rather than listen to me. So I let him handle it the way he wanted to handle it. I do agree with you that there's more there than what's usually there, but normally there is something behind the garage, like a truck or a landscaper and all these other things. The business that was last there, my father erroneously, he made a terrible decision and allowed a tow company to be there, and that man took over the whole property. And we spent 2 years with my dad going down in his health, and my mom now going down, okay, and taking him to court to get him out. But aside from that situation, there has always been a long history of a business being there, but it has never been what it was before. I think it's called Uptown Towing or whatever, and it will never be like that again. The reason it was there for that long was because I had to evict him. And it was a long process, even for a commercial eviction. And then I guess I had a lot of things going on with my parents. So I'm here, so he's here for transparency, he's here for guidance. I'm here to support him because he wants to do that. And that's basically it. I'm actually, in the house. I run my office from the house for the LLC and all that. That was listed as an address. I also go there for a break from my mom because now my mother lives with us in Norfolk, and it's too much with me, the home health aides, and my kids. We do sleepovers in the house so my mom can feel closer to my dad there. We grew up there. So I'm just letting you know, Mr. Porro, if you go back and you remember the history of 558 Pleasant Street, there was always a business there. And people from Norwood know that. It was designed by Najette. My mother made wedding dresses. My dad sold cars, and there was a whole long list, and I have emails and everything, of landscapers that would just put their parking truck in the back, their bricks or whatever. And that's basically what he does. He doesn't spend time in the building. I wish I took pictures. It's got bins of little electrical components and little boxes. The electricity isn't even, it's on, it's not even being used. I'm paying for it just to help him out. It's very expensive with the commercial rate.
Okay, thank you for that perspective. You're the owner of the property?
Yes.
And this is a lease?
Yes.
Okay, all righty. I think one of the issues we have here, and commend you for coming here, and Gary giving you guidance, the issue is open lot storage is not allowed in the general district. And he has encroached into that area. And this doesn't give us a lot of information because this is not a plan showing the measurements and where he's gonna be the fence. So I'm not prepared to vote for this
Sure.
evening. And I also raised some concern that there's more than one business being run
No,
there.
no,
Well, let me, hear me out.
not at all.
Hear me out.
Okay,
He admitted to a friend's truck. Okay, this is not gonna be a drop-off zone, but,
you could put that as a stipulation. I know
well,
nothing
we're
about
not,
the
I'm not
business.
prepared myself to vote on this, because this, just copying this off of GIS doesn't give us any information on exactly where the line is and where the manufacturing district is. So, thank you, I just wanna let you know that, but there is a big encroachment there, because I was by there also. It's much further than this, what I consider about 80 feet. Up, it's almost up to the house in some cases, and that's in the general district, which is not allowed. The
Okay.
only thing we're voting on is if this board's gonna allow open lot storage in the manufacturing district, so
Sure.
it's in violation now on that, so.
That's why he's coming here.
I know, that's why,
I
so,
told him,
yep.
and I told him
No, we'll
to
try,
come here,
we'll,
you know?
we need more information on the plans, but we'll hear from other members, and thank you, sorry for your loss, but thank you for the historical perspective
I
there.
also, I'm not sure where that plan came from, but our land actually went into the street and the markers are still there. I don't know if that land shows a shifted image of where the LM starts and where it ends.
Well, part of the requirement is to get a plot plan, which we don't have, but we'll see how the other members feel, and we'll continue. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you.
Sure, thank you.
Al, are you all set?
I'm all set.
All set. Joanne?
So one question I had was, it's all well and good to sit here and look at the map and know that when you're standing here, you're in the general residence, and when you're standing here, you're in the manufacturing district. So I appreciate hearing that you're proposing a fence, because that would delineate that and make it clear that these things can happen in this portion of the property and not in another portion of the property, whether it's a fence or some other means. I think for people on the property and using that, I do appreciate that.
I agree, yep. Thank you, Joanne.
It's a possibility that if you like, yes, if you like, I can bring some measurements.
This is what you need, sir. I'll give this to you.
Okay.
You need a plot plan.
Thank you.
You gotta get a surveyor.
Thank you so much.
Call that surveyor,
Okay.
because we need to know where this is.
Okay.
Okay, Joanne, anything else?
No, that's all.
Rachel?
Just the fence to delineate, because I think it would just be natural for just a well-intending user to not appreciate where the line is, and we wouldn't want you, if we were to approve for the manufacturing district, to have like overtime encroachment and incurring penalties for that, but also to screen, because if this is proposed for open lot storage, there wouldn't otherwise be a screen, and not so much a comment on the application, but on the district, because I think this is the third lot we've had in this area where we have one lot governed by multiple districts, and it's causing the board and the people who own those properties problems. So, maybe some clarity in the zoning districts might be advised at some point in the future, not in our purview, but throwing it out there.
Yeah, no, we had those other ones. Good
Yeah.
point, Matt?
I just think there's insufficient information to make an honest decision tonight, so I'm not prepared to vote on anything.
Yeah. Okay. So other than a certified plot plan that shows where the manufacturing zone ends and where the general zone begins, is there anything else required from the applicant if we continue this, or if we vote to deny it? But if we vote to continue it, and certainly up to the board, is there anything else that the board would require?
Cleaning up the junkyard.
Yeah, certainly we haven't approved it yet, but do we want to allow him to come back and with a certified plot plan that shows where that line is? And then we can, again, take up the other issue. It would be wise of him to clean it all up
That's right.
and get it all out of there, because, yeah, but
Yes.
it'd be wise of him to clear everything off of there, because you're in violation, and it's $300 a day. So you should get everything off there, come back here with a certified plot plan, and then we'll look at it again. So, as everyone said, we don't know where this line is. It's a magical line. And, you know, our requirement would be to put a, if so approved, put a fence there with screening so that it's not visible, people driving by. And I know you've been here a long time, so is Al. Not so much me and Matt and the rest of us, but I drive by there frequently. And it doesn't look pleasant, and I'm sure it doesn't look pleasant for the people that live
It's not something,
there.
it's not
No, I
something
know.
I'm used to.
Yep.
But this is, he's coming
Okay.
here for guidance rather
So,
than me.
so here's the guidance
Yes.
from me and the other board members, mate. Clean everything off for the lot, because it's not allowed. Everything goes. And then come back to us, our next meeting with a certified plot plan showing exactly where the manufacturing and general business zoning line is. And then we can take this matter up again. Does that sound fair?
Mr. Chair,
Yep. Hold on.
I think proposals for the desired fencing that we could consider, because I'm hearing that the board would like some screening.
Yeah, we can do that if we
fencing.
approve it.
Yeah.
But we don't know where to, we might not even approve it. Even if he
Yeah.
comes back with that, we still might say no. But if we do say yes, then we can tell him the type of fencing, the type of screening, and any landscaping we might want, anything like that. So, but,
If he wanted a proposal for us to consider,
yeah, if you
that
wanted
would
to
be-
come back with a
yeah.
proposal that shows the type of fencing, but we can decide that at the
Yeah,
hearing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So do you want him, just so I understand in case he doesn't understand, do you want him to clear everything off and then come back? Or do you want him to push things back?
No, I want everything off. It's not allowed, it's only allowed in the manufacturing district with a vote of this board.
Okay,
And today, he doesn't have that, and that's why he was cited by the building inspector.
okay.
So it's not allowed right now in either district of the property.
Do you understand, Leo?
So that would have to come off, and that would show, at least to me, good faith.
Yes,
And I think that would show that to the other members, and then come back with a certified plot plan
yes.
showing that. Is that fair enough? Everyone agree with that?
That's what we're here for. is
Solution?
from you. Yeah.
Okay. Next meeting?
October 7th.
October 7th. So we will entertain a motion to continue this 558 Pleasant Street case 2518 to the October 7th meeting of the zoning Board of Appeals, which will be held at 7 PM at the Norwood Senior Center, 275 Prospect, did I get that right? Prospect Street, Norwood, Mass. And with the understanding that the applicant will come back with a certified plot plan and that the property will be cleared of all equipment and vehicles and materials. That's
So
the
moved.
motion.
Mr.
Yep.
Chair, a
Yep.
certified plot plan for the plot delineating the
Delineate
location
the-
of the zoning district.
Yes, and
Yeah.
showing the entire property measurements and to specifically, to Ms. Churchill's point, delineating the manufacturing and general business district line. So we have that.
So moved.
Made by Matt,
Second.
seconded by Rachel. Any further discussion? Matt on the motion?
Yes.
Rachel on the
Yes.
motion? Joanne on the motion?
Yes.
Al on the motion?
Yes.
And yes, so you know what you do, and we'll be taking a ride by, Al and I, because that's what we do. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Minutes from August 5th, 2025. Any comments? Thank you very much.
Have a good night.
Any comments from the board on the minutes? From August 5th, that was our quickest meeting.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
That was a
Why we
good.
got the minutes back so fast?
Yeah, we're gonna come back here.
Are we like one for one, like, nice? I was like, this is recent.
Yeah, I
I
know.
can't remember this.
No, yeah. So if there's no comments on the meeting minutes, I'll entertain a motion to approve the meeting minutes of August 5th, 2025. Made by Al, seconded by Matt. Matt on the motion to approve the minutes?
Yes.
Rachel?
Yes.
Joanne?
Yes, with a note that I did not attend, but I did watch the
Review and watch them, yep.
video, yep.
Yep. Al?
Yes.
And I vote yes. And a motion to adjourn until October 7th, 7 PM at the Norwood Senior Center.
So moved.
Moved by Al, seconded by Rachel. On the motion, Al?
Yes.
Joanne?
Yes.
Rachel?
Yes.
Pat?
Yes.
And we are adjourned. Thank you, NCM. Thank you, Isla.